Hello action figure fans, Gil The Gilness here once again from afcollectors.com, and boy have I got a good one for you today. Are you a He-Man fan, Masters of the Universe fan, or in particular a She-Ra fan? Well, that's what we're talking about today, is She-Ra from Mondo, our good buddies at Mondo. We love you guys. We love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much for sending this along. What we're going to look at today is the 12-inch Mondo action figure of She-Ra. As you can see, the sleeve on the box here, this sleeve slides right off. We'll get to that in a second. The sleeve on the box represents She-Ra's castle. We'll do our little rotation there. You can see the back and the front. All right. So let's go ahead and slide that right off. So now we've got the main box with some beautiful She-Ra artwork. We've got She-Ra up front. We've got the Horde in the back, several characters from the Horde back there, and the castle again. The back of that, we've got the Mondo seal there with the same artwork, but within the He-Man symbol there. At first, we're just going to open up the flap, which by the way is sealed with magnets. Okay, we can open up the flap, and we've got a picture of the figure here. Why don't we go ahead and dive on in to the box here and get She-Ra out for everybody to see. Let's go. Good thing about Mondo is there's not really a lot of seals to break, if any. So just opening the box here, there was nothing to cut. It just opened up really, really nicely. You have to be careful when you're taking these out of the box, because number one, it's heavy, and number two, there's a lot to the packaging on the inside. You can see that in just a second here. So there we go. I've kind of taken it out of the box with my hand sort of in the middle of the plastic packaging here. So you see there's a cover, there's the area where the figure is actually held, and then on the bottom here there's actually another layer of accessories. So this goes down quite a few levels. So I'm going to take a second, get her out of the plastic, get all the stuff off, and then we can take a really close look at the figure. So right away, as I'm taking the packaging apart, we've got the cape. It kind of fell out as I was taking that out. So again, you got to be really careful, otherwise you're going to lose parts or things are going to fall that you don't want to fall. But there's the bottom of the packaging. Tons and tons of accessories for you there. We've got that first layer off. Now we can access the figure and some of the other accessories. Let's jump on in. So the first thing we did, of course, was pull out the basic She-Ra figure. She comes with a headdress right away, kind of familiar, classic headdress. She's got that familiar She-Ra outfit on, boots and arm gauntlets and the blonde hair. The articulation on this figure is phenomenal. As you can see, the hair is molded so it doesn't, doesn't flow as you're moving her head around, but the head does have plenty of articulation. You've got the arms here, the hands, the wrists, everything moves as you would expect. Full range of motion here. The legs, the knees, you've got double jointed knees here, and it doesn't look like there's double jointed elbows. Yeah, it's just the one because of the gauntlets, it seems. But yeah, the knees have the two joints, so you can get She-Ra's legs back there like that. Let's see, the ankles are articulated, kind of on a ball joint there. Let's see, the waist. Yep, she can move at the waist as well. So you can pose up She-Ra in just about any way, shape, or form as you would like. Now, there's tons of accessories. I'm going to start off with one in particular real quick here. Now, maybe you wouldn't call this an accessory, but we've got Cowl. She-Ra's trusty sidekick, Cowl, who knows her secret. There he goes. He's sort of an extra figure. He doesn't, oh yeah, he has articulation in the arms here, and that's it. So he's not really a posable figure, but you can move his arms up and down. 2 points of articulation, but at least you've got Cowl to go with She-Ra, of course. Alright, so now we've got She-Ra and Kal. What else do we got in here? The accessories go on and on. The power sword. Can't forget the power sword. Right? She-Ra doesn't have the right hand for the power sword just yet. There are actually 4 alternative hands in the package here that you can choose from for She-Ra. One of them will hold the sword. You've got She-Ra's battle axe here, which also looks very much like the comb that came with the original figures. You've got the sheath for She-Ra's sword. Fits very, very nicely in there. She comes with her cape, the red cape that we're used to seeing She-Ra in the cartoons. I'm going to be honest with you, as we've been filming this video, I can't figure out how the cape attaches. She's got 2 little metal pins here attached to the case, or clips actually, and it's not quite obvious where the clips go. So if anybody knows out there, tell me where to hook these onto, so when I actually do display this figure in my collection, it will display right. But you get the idea of what the cape looks like there, unclipped. But yeah, if we could figure out how to do that, that would be really helpful. One of the other great things about this cape is it is moldable. It has the wires inside the seams here, so you can mold it around She-Ra however you would like it to be. I can even wrap completely around her like so. So there we go. So it's just a matter of how do we fully attach the cape. So for the rest of the review, I'm going to take it off because it does kind of get in the way a little bit as we're talking. So getting into some of the other accessories here, of course, She-Ra comes with her sword. Now this is a sword that may look more familiar to the original Princess of Power action figure lines. There is an alternate sword here, which of course looks more like that cartoon He-Man version of the of She-Ra's sword. So there you go for the honor of Grayskull. So while the animated sword does kind of fit in the sheath, it doesn't go all the way in. So you can put it in there if you'd like, but it doesn't quite go all the way. Another issue here that I've noticed is the sheath itself actually does have 2 little connectors on it for going on She-Ra's back. I think it goes onto the straps, and maybe even the cape does, but there's 2 straps on She-Ra's back here that you can, I guess, slide these little clamps onto. So it's a little difficult to do. So one issue with the figure is some of these accessories are not quite easy to figure out how to attach to the figure. But that doesn't take away from the detail and beauty of this particular figure. More accessories here. We've actually got alternate hair, which has a little slot here, which I believe is where that sword sheath would come out. And I'll show you, it's a little freaky, but I'll show you how the hair comes off. There you go. Yeah. Kind of weird, right? But, and she has like these extra pieces of hair hanging down. So there you go. We can swap in the new hair, and then she's got that area there for the sword. And then the headdress fits right back on pretty easily. But that is actually a good transition for some of the other accessories, as we've got a more cartoon, I think, accurate version of the headdress. So let's just say you don't want a headdress on She-Ra. Well, she looks kind of weird with a big gouge in the top of her forehead, but Mondo's thought of that too. We can go ahead and cover that right up with some bangs. So there's She-Ra without her without a headdress. We have another headdress here that goes on She-Ra. This is, I think, more of a original action figure version. And then you can also put in the extra hair piece, the more like bangs looking piece. So there you go. So again, you don't have that big gaping hole in She-Ra's forehead with this headdress on. We've got what looks to be like an alternate belt here, or I guess you could also put it up here around She-Ra's neck to be sort of a necklace. Oh yeah, you also can't forget the shield. She-Ra's shield, which I believe the sword turns into the shield, right? Sword to shield. There we go. That accessory was a little easier to get on. That's the only issue I would have with this figure, is just some of the accessories are not exactly obvious for how they attach to the figure. As I mentioned before, 4 extra hands in addition to these, so that's 6 hands total that go with She-Ra. So you've got plenty of options for the different accessories that she can hold. Also, we have a stand with the piece that'll hold her to stand her up nice and easy. And that's everything for Mondo She-Ra. The accessories are just unbelievable. There's so many of them. The detail on the figure, the articulation is fantastic. The only problem I had with some of the accessories are a little hard to figure out how they go on and to keep them on. So other than that, it's a fantastic figure, and it pairs very well because you can't just have She-Ra. You gotta have her arch nemesis, Hordak. There we go. There they are together again. Hordak and She-Ra. Mondo was also nice enough to share the Hordak figure with us quite a while ago. You can find this review under my previous YouTube channel, Nerds in the Bar. There is actually a video review of this particular figure, so you might want to check that out. I'll put that link in the description for you. But here you go. They look good together. They're ready to battle it out. The amount of accessories, they'll be battling forever. So again, a big thank you to Mondo for supplying these to us for review. They're awesome figures. They will both have very prominent spots in my collection, along with future Mondo figures, which we will review for you right here on afcollectors.com. So please like and subscribe to our channel here. Like the video, hit that button for updates so you know when there's more videos, and check us out across all social media, AF Collectors and afcollectors.com. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wait just a second. Before we end the video, we didn't even notice this, but the She-Ra head actually has a dented nose throughout this entire video. And apparently, most of them did. Mondo, being the great guys that they are, sent us this brand new replacement non-dented nose head for She-Ra. So we're going to put it on our She-Ra here on display, and all will be right with the world. Hopefully, you got your replacement as well. Thanks for the head, Mondo.
May the power be with you, and we'll see you next time.